I can recall being so surprised whenever I had first heard of the crucifixion story. It's Jesus is being put on the cross between two thieves, not two murderers, not two terrorists, but two robbers. And my first thought as a kid is, what did these guys do? What did they steal to get that kind of a penalty? This is something that maybe you've had a question on. Why two thieves? Let's go into the scripture. Let's look at the passages and look at the words and see, does this really mean that they were robbers? Well, Luke 23, it says that these two on either side, one is screaming at Jesus, if you're the Messiah, then save yourself and us. The other one is calling out, no, Jesus, remember me when you're in your kingdom. And you know that Jesus says, you will be with me today in paradise. The Greek word for them in that passage, they are not called thieves, they are called kerkargos. And that word translated, you might have malefactor or criminal. Kerkargos comes from two words, kakos and ergos, bad action, bad deeds, wrongdoers. And so it's saying, so it doesn't really help us, just two wrongdoers. But it gets specific whenever we get over to Matthew chapter 27, cross-referenced in Mark chapter 15. It calls them thieves in one English translation, robbers in another one, but the Greek word is lestes, lestes. And that word is very, very clear when you find the context in other passages. If you go over to Luke chapter 10, as Jesus is telling the Samaritan story, the Good Samaritan, the man's heading from Jerusalem to Jericho, and the robbers, it says, have fallen upon him. They didn't just take his property. What did it say? They stripped him, they beat him till he was left half dead. Whoa! That's different, because the Greek word for somebody taking your property is kleptos, where we get the word kleptomania. This lestes, boy, that has a deeper meaning of violence. You continue on. Go on over to John chapter 18 and verse 40, you're going to see Barabbas as he was to be released. And they said, man, this one is bad. And the passage says, well, now Barabbas was a robber. Lestes, you know what that means? When you take a look in that context, that definition means an insurrectionist, a revolutionary, one who is involved in guerrilla tactics, which could involve assassination. So those on the cross, no wonder they said in Luke chapter 23, we deserve this. We deserve this. And yet Jesus says, you believe? You're going to join me in paradise today.